Hello, today I'm going to take you on a fascinating journey about teams using the analogy of an F1 racing car. Teams are complex adaptive systems just like a car, and we're going to start with the front wheels. In a car, the front wheels point you in the direction of travel. So too in teams, do we need to know whether we're on track or not? And in our definition of teams, a high-performing team is one that achieves three distinctly and equally important outcomes. Firstly, we achieve our goals. Secondly, we work together effectively as a group. And thirdly, each team member individually has a positive experience within the team. So let's go back to the back wheels. In a car, the back wheels create the forward momentum and propulsion. Similarly, in a team, we have inputs that create that forward momentum. The inputs to the team are both internal, and that is, why do we exist? What are our goals? Who's in the team? And are we clear on our roles and responsibilities? And external to the team. Who are our stakeholders? What relationships do we have with those stakeholders? How do we fit within the broader organization? And how well do we manage and monitor external environmental factors? In a car, the engine and the driver create the forward momentum and the steering. In a team, processes are the engine room of team performance. How do we work together? Our rhythms, our rituals, our ways of working all create the engine room and the propulsion. You may not have known this, but in a Formula One racing car, the nose of the car houses the crash detection and early warning system. In teams, our early warning system are how it feels being part of the team. Do we trust each other? Do we respect each other? Do we feel included? Do we have a sense of identity and belonging? Does it feel cohesive and resilient? All of these feelings, these dynamic states in a team, are the early warning system. So here's where it gets really interesting. Our research into teams, which we've done for the last 7 years, working with real teams in the real world, doing their real work together, our research did enable us to determine not only these 7 factors of team performance, but the statistically validated causal relationships between those factors. What leads to what? What influences what in a statistically significant way? So let's start with the back wheels. Just like in a car, the back wheels and the drivetrain need to be in balance. If the back wheels are out of balance, the ride is rough and bumpy. If the wheels are spinning at different rates, the car goes in circles. If the wheels are pointing in different directions, the car goes nowhere. And if the wheels are out of alignment, you get burnout in the tires. Exactly the same happens in teams if the internal context and the external context are not aligned. You go in circles, you go nowhere, and the team members burn out. And this becomes even more clear when we see the relationship between the back wheels and the front wheels. In teams, there's a direct relationship between the inputs to the team and the outcomes that we have. The clearer we are on our purpose, our goals and roles and responsibilities, the more likely we are to achieve our goals. Really, Teams 101. The better relationships we have with our stakeholders and the broader organisation, the more likely the individual is to have a positive experience in the team. And those inputs to the team, both internally and external, have a significant and direct relationship on how effectively and deliberately and intentionally we can execute on our team processes. We get this really interesting relationship when we look at the front wheels and how we get this outcome of group effectiveness. There is a bidirectional relationship, a reinforcing relationship between our goals, how we achieve our goals as a team, and how we work together effectively as a group. If we achieve our goals, we're more likely to work effectively as a group, and if we work effectively as a group, we're more likely to achieve our goals. And you can see also the engine room of the processes have a direct relationship on how effectively we work together as a group. Then we get this really interesting statistical relationship between outcomes and dynamics. Whether or not we feel good working as a team, whether or not we feel like we trust each other, we have inclusion, we have respect, we have psychological safety, these feelings emerge when we perform well as a team. We don't have these feelings and then get team performance. So what this means is trust, inclusion, respect in teams at work are contextual to the work we have to do. And just like in a racing car, when the sensor in the nose detects something being out, you don't go and fix the sensor, you find the cause of the problem and you fix the cause. So our research shows that high-performing teams definitely have these feelings present. If you don't feel trust, inclusion, respect, you cannot be a high-performing team. But if you feel that they're missing and you notice that they're missing, you don't build them by doing contrived activities devoid of context in the hope that if you know more about each other, you'll be a high-performing team. You create these feelings by working on upstream factors. What is the root cause to the fact that you're missing these feelings? Is it because we're not clear on our goals? Is it because we don't have good relationships with our stakeholders? What are the upstream causes? How do we fix those causes? And then we perform better as a group and we get these emergent properties. When you zoom out of the model, it becomes quite clear that we can really unravel the complexity of teams through two key aspects of the model, two dimensions. We've got drivers and results. The drivers are where you can take action, and the results are how you know whether or not you're on track and how sustainable that performance is. The final piece of the puzzle is leadership. And we think of leadership in the team as like the car's suspension system. And leadership can be either the individual leader of the team or an embedded capacity in the team that's demonstrated by all team members. And just like the car suspension system smooths the ride, protects the car and the passengers inside, so too does leadership and the role of the leader. Making sure the back wheels are in balance, making sure the processes are in place, measuring and monitoring for these team outcomes and team dynamics. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you need some help with your teams, please reach out to us. We'd love to work with you. Thanks.